Rezzyman.
Whoa. Why is he wearing Falcon colors now? Huh? We got a...
Nah, this is his OG colors. I don't think this predates Kronk, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong for the lore, right?
Cool.
I think he is. He went for the full Saitama look this month.
Yes. He's fully Saitama inspired. Let me go ahead and get that full screen for you guys. And then while we're doing that, bright yellow trunks is going to be I feel like it's Falcon of Light.
That's Griffith.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Falcon of Light.
Yep. And then we've got the Bruce Lee trunks with Rezzy. I believe I have that correct. I do have that correct.
Slipping
the timer.
So we've got that word. Double switcher base.
So what's crazy is like I remember when Falcon debuted here on the channel, man, he had such an explosive style. He was Freaky Griffith at the time. And the style was definitely living up to the name. And since then, a lot of folks have kind of came in. He still maintains a pretty high elo, though. So you got to respect the hustle and respect the grind. But Rezzyman is definitely top 16. And honestly, Falcon was one of the other folks that I was eyeballing for top 16. Now that I got some folks here, I want to ask y'all, thinking of splitting the top 16 up into two separate divisions, one specifically for stationary and the other was specifically for room scale, with, of course, rooms as to minimum room scale viability. How do y'all feel about that?
But I'm not really top 16, but the about room scale stationary thing is probably would be a good idea. I know a lot of stationary and a lot of room scale hate fighting each other, so yeah, I mean, if there's enough, I reckon that will.
I think I might recruit some more people. Might have to open it up to be a top 32, 216 brackets. Just like to get people's opinions. I'm very open and honest about the moves that I make. So if people feel like it's good, we'll give it a try. But back to this matchup, though, round number 1, explosive. It feels like a round number 3, to be honest. As these two go right back at it. And Falcon of Light, Freaky Griffith's got to be careful. That ugly face getting here with the counter. Tries to go for the grab. That was a classic Street Fighter II Zangief grab. This man tried to command grab this man.
But again, no knee him in the twist.
I thought a knee was going to happen. It was a big old tie clinch.
I remember trying that clinch when the game first came out. It was almost impossible.
It was. I tried to do the single arm clinch, like just to tie right back behind their head and be able to like throw uppercuts from that position. It worked for a little bit, and then they put in the counter system. God, big combos there.
Rising to with Tampa.
And what's crazy is, as much as they're teeing off right now, there's been minimal serious hurt damage in the faces, right? So I wonder how much damage each individual punch is doing in these exchanges.
Yeah. I think I only seen Falcon. I think I only seen it once. Both of them with that ugly face.
Yeah.
And it's towards the start of the fight. But from there, pretty easy. Could have went anyone's way that rounds. 3 even fights. And
let me see here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this to him, mate. I wasn't a fan of V5 when it first came out. And, you know, since playing it for a while, I mean, it is just learning. You just got to learn V5. And the only way I can say is really learn how to move and figure out what shots do the most damage for you. Because if you can figure out what shots do the most damage, if you set them up in counters, because what I've noticed on the training W that works very well is I just land the most basic combo. Yep. 1, 2, 3. And I've never, like, most of the time I only hit about 50 damage hook. But that 1, 2, 3, like, for some reason gives me more of a boost. And I hit the dummy and I'm hitting it for 70 on the hook. And like, what?
What?
So, you know, like, yeah, I hit the dummy for like a 70 on a left hook. Because, what's his name? Fucking... Who's that YouTuber again?
Tony Jeffries.
Tony Jeffries, I'd say. And then when he made the video, and he said, they were able to combine. If you move your body, if you actually move your body with your hook, it does a lot more damage than if you got standard to it. So if you carry moves with the hook, it does a lot more damage.
That's crazy. There's a guy, Wait. Falcon of Light fighting outside of the ring. Good clinch. That was such a good clinch, guys. He saved himself, got to the center of the ring. That was very smart. Tyborg disproved that. He showed that you could throw an arm punch and do the same amount of damage as a full body, move your whole hip rotation punch, and you can get even more damage if you just hold the controller by the string and just fling it at somebody. So yeah, all the fluff that they put in about technique and stuff, it's a bunch of, as you would say, bollocks, right? Because it's not true. It can't count your rotation because it can't track your hips. It can only track the velocity of the controllers. It's the only thing that's going into the damage calculation until they prove otherwise. And they need to prove that, because right now people are out here proving that you can throw arm punches. What do they call them? Arm wrestling hooks. Oh, when Tyborg showed us that, I died laughing. I'm like, I need more people to see this so we can stop pretending that this game is more than what it really is. It really is just a VR game similar to every other VR boxing game out there. All the same techniques apply.
Yeah, I think it's a good point though. But like, as Cisco said, right? Like you learn the game eventually what it is. I think that's what people have to like make the difference in their mind. But you're not learning boxing each time. You're learning the game. And it's like, you know, if you're like, you know, Marvel Rivals or League of Legends or whatever, like patched itself, you could complain that, you know, the patch ruined something that you liked about it, but you'd still have to, if you wanted to play competitively, you'd still have to learn how to keep up.
Get that adjustment in.
Like when I first started playing, I went straight for the V4 with that fight. Like, and instantly, I just couldn't do it. And I was like, oh, I kill it,
I remember.
Oh, this is cat. Dude, this is the.
Whoa! Falcon of Lights! Ah! That boy Falcon.
What's that? Seven. And there's. Oh, the guy down with the leave.
That was great.
Okay, ready? Fight!
That boy Falcon hit it.
The biggest thing for V5's movement.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is godsend. If you can move well around the ring, room still on that, it's such a good thing. You can really stop the spammers, because when you move, they have to come towards you.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said all night, that straight route down the pipe will be your best friend.
Yeah.
If they walk into it, they going down.
Fully agree with you on that. For so many reasons, for gameplay reasons, and as well as just IRL boxing IQ technique, it's a great way to get someone. But then we've seen time and time again today, people punch on their way in. They get so frustrated, they just try to keep a wall of punches and get that distance. You're just begging to be knocked out. You're just begging for it.
Yeah. I had a fight 2 days ago, and I knocked him down once. I was like, oh, nice. Didn't really expect it, this, because V5 just has the most unexpected knockdowns. I got up,
Seconds out.
Walked right towards him. He threw a jab straight right down the pipe, locked him down within, like 2 seconds of him getting back up. And I'm like, okay, this is fucked. It's so broken, but it's so good at the same time.
And we've seen that happen a couple of times tonight, too. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, Freaky Griffith now with the head moving, mitigating a lot of damage. Very smart, weaving in punches in between Rezzyman's barrage, still trying to go for the clinch. And what I love about this is he tries to go for the clinch, fails, goes back to defense, tries to reset for another clinch. I haven't seen this type of clinch work since the Clinch Goblin. Shout out to Dark.
It's honestly really smart, because like you don't actually need your hands to do the clench, right? It's not about where your hands are. It's about basically head collision. But because he keeps his hands where they are, when he misses the clench, right, they're already in a position to block the most vital shot. So it actually is kind of good for him to do.
Yeah.
Both fighters swinging to take heads off at this point.
Dude, who does Falcon remind you of right now? His way of moving around. Old school VR boxer, Solly. People used to make fun of him.
Thanks. Definitely a little bit of cardio.
Cardio cam. Well, that's cardio cam stance right there. I'm envisioning headless cardio cam in my mind right now.
I can see it, especially too with like the the good optimization of how to use the gameplay in it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like that was Cam's like right, like he always tried to fight like the best way to fight physically and in game to like do the most.
And you see it. You're seeing Falcon.
Here's another fun too of like if you can do it, if you can do it in real life, like there's no reason you can't do it in the game, right? Like if you have the stamina to throw 100 punches in a minute, do it. If the game's not stopping, good
hand grabs. These clinches are on point. I gotta ask Falcon about this because to Solly's point earlier, right? There's a lot of optimization in this style. Like the way he's moving he's keeping his hands up.
Reset. Sorry.
No, you're good. The way he's keeping his hands up and moving from left to right, not only is he simultaneously keeping his head off the center line, but he's guarding the most dangerous shots that people like to throw, which are big hooks, right? And it kind of forces you to almost kind of throw overhands just to kind of catch him moving. But then he comes in with a clutch clinch, disrupts your pace that you were focusing so hard on, and comes back with the hands. It's a very debilitating style.
Very, very debilitating.
Yeah.
Rezzy, though, working on it.
If you know who fondles,
Right. Totally unbiased commentary here.
I'm sorry.
Hey, we make no promises here. We're just we are generally nice and fair to everyone, but we'll call it like we see it.
Come on.
Sometimes we have preferences.
We've earned the right to be biased from time to time. I think Falcon might have taken it. Yeah, Falcon got it, but I don't think it was by a lot. It was close. Oh, never mind. It was by a pretty decent margin, 29-26 in favor of Falcon. So Rezzy do 10-8, 10-8 rounds going for your boy Falcon of Light. Rezzy taking that last round, though. So moral victory from him. But it was really the knockdown in the second round that put a lot of damage on him. And because the damage was very close, right? It was only 4,094 to 4,809, right? They was very competitive between the both of them. That was actually, hats off to both fighters, a really good fight. And one of the reasons why I tell myself all the time that I have to talk to Falcon of Light, a.k.a. Freaky Griffith, to see if he wants to take on top 16. And I'm going to give my chance. Top 16. Oh, well, maybe soon to be top 32, depending on how I split this up. But yeah, Jack Mon, Rezzy lost. Yeah. All right, let me talk to the homies real quick. First of all, let's see, Mr. Rezzyman, the chosen one, C1. What's good, brother?
Yo,
top 16, baby, top 16.
Yeah, good opponent. And a bad performance by me.
Nah, bro, don't say that. Nah, bro, you adapted towards the end of the round.
It was a good performance. Right. You didn't come with the W, right? But I would by no means call that a bad performance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but doing your best, that's always a good performance, bro.
Yeah, it looked good. The damage was good too. It was competitive. It was like a 800 damage spread. You had one knockdown at the end, but you didn't give up any other knockdowns before or after. And honestly, Freaky Griffith was somebody who I've been having on the list for top 16 as well. So today was kind of like an even test, just kind of like to see what it would be like. And if all the fights in top 16 were like that, I personally would be a happy person. So I would say, keep your head up, bro. You did a good job. Even though you didn't come up with a dub, but I would like to give it to you. Is there anything you'd like to say to the homies before we get up out of here?
No, not really. I'll see y'all next time.
Hey, dude, you got this. You got this, man. Just keep trying. Keep playing. Do everything you need to do, man. You got this in the bag.
Listen to him. All right. Freaky Griffith, a.k.a. Falcon of Light, a.k.a. Pass the Blessings. I need the word, bro.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
I mean, yeah, it was a great fight. He really rocked me in the first round, every single round. Yep. I would either get caught by a cross, a jab, a hook, anything. Rock me. He's a powerful opponent.
Yeah, you guys were going blow for blow. I mean, he had a lot of sharp techniques to him, but you had a really very interesting defensive play style, and thank God somebody came here with a defensive play style, because I was sitting here like, yeah, no one's really focusing on defense. the head movement while keeping the hands up. It wasn't a peekaboo, right? You weren't having them close. You were actually having them kind of out to the side, deterring wide shots while keeping your vision open. While the front was open, you were moving from side to side, keeping your head off the center line. So it's very hard for him to land shot. Testament to him, he did still score 4,000 damage on you. But still, couple that with this clinch. I mean, there were a couple of times where it just seemed like the clinch was just predestined. Like you just knew. So is this clinch gameplay the new style of Freaky Griffith?
No, not really. It's just well, here's my thing. It's like if my opponent doesn't have like shots that I need to be worried about, then I won't go with clinch method.
Oh.
But Rezzy, he was a real threat. So when I got rocked, I would try to go for the clinch first thing. And if it didn't work, then I would stick with my defense and back away. So I recovered.
I see it. I see. So it's the back pocket clincher. I see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So every time I see you clinching now, I'm going to know. I'm going to be like, yo, he's in trouble. I know it's the clinch. He's trying. I see it. I know the strategy. But look, I got a question then. Would you be interested in challenging the top 16? Climbing the ladder, seeing if you could take on the likes of Killer Cam?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Bet. I'm putting your name on the list, bro. But yeah,
Right.
you'll get a message from me